Let's turn Pinterest growth into a math problem. One of the most common questions I get is how many times do I have to pin in order to get 10,000 monthly impressions or 1,000 monthly impressions or 10 million monthly impressions? Well, today we're going to be answering that question using math. And don't worry if you don't love math, I'm going to be giving you a spreadsheet that will do pretty much all the math for you. And it's also very simple math. But by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how many times you need to pin in order to achieve your monthly impression goal. Before we jump in, I do have to mention that this video is in partnership with the great folks at Pinterest. Thank you, Pinterest. Okay, so here is the handy dandy spreadsheet that we'll use to do all of our math. We just need to plug in a couple numbers and it will spit out answers for us. If you want to get a copy of this spreadsheet, you can get it down below so you can follow along. But the first step, or the step number one, is to define what our goal is. So you can see that is this column right here, target monthly views. We want to put into this calculator whatever our target monthly views are. So you could do 1,000, 10,000, a million, whatever you want. For this example, we are going to put in 1,000 here. So I have a brand new Pinterest account and I want to get 1,000 monthly impressions on my Pinterest account. So that's the first thing. And the second step is to answer the question of the average views per pins that we think we will get. Now, this is going to vary drastically depending on accounts, niches, different things like that. But from my experience, I found that the average number is around 40. Now, 40, of course, is an average, which means some pins that will get around 10 impressions, some that will get hundreds, some that will get thousands. 40 is just a good number to kind of start off and a good baseline if you have no idea. If you have some historical data and you can look back and see what your monthly impressions are or your average views per pin are, then you can plug that number in here and it's going to be even more useful. Now, if you do already have a Pinterest account and you wanted to find your average views per pin, there isn't like a super great way to do this, but you could come over to your Pinterest account, come over here to the analytics overview, and then you can look at your impressions over the last 30 days and then look at the amount of pins that have been posted, or maybe take a sample of your top ones inside of here. And then that will give you an average kind of your views per pin that you have going on there. Like I said, if you have no idea, just start with 40 and then start pinning a little bit. And then you can actually start looking at this data for yourself as well and plug this number in and update it as you go. So once you have those two numbers kind of figured out, all you need to do with this spreadsheet is to fill in the boxes that are yellow. If you end up downloading it, file, and then make a copy of it. And then from here, you can go in and plug in your numbers in the yellow. And then it's going to spit out everything that you need, including the amounts of pin you need per day, week, or year, and then growth projections as well. So you can see here with this, it's telling me that in order to achieve 1,000 monthly impressions, I'm going to need to post 25 pins, which may or may not sound like a lot to you, depending on what you are, or it may sound like a lot. So when I'm looking at this, I like to break it down by, okay, if I need 25 a month, how many do I need to post a day? Around one, basically an average of one a day or less than one a day, about one every other day or so. And the pins that I need per week is about 5. And then if I keep this trend up, then I would post about 300 over a year's period. So that just kind of gives you an idea and breaks it down for you. All right. And then here's what I love about this calculator is, of course, as you kind of start to get better at Pinterest and start to optimize, you may start getting maybe say 100 views or 100 impressions on your pins. And you can see now all of a sudden, all you need to do is start posting 10 times a month inside of Pinterest, which means you're only going to need to post 2 times per week or 120 times per year, or basically every third day. And then down here, I just created this because I like to look at the possible growth that could happen when I am posting, or the amounts that I will be posting basically. So here this just has month 1. If you're following these different things, it will update this. Say that you wanted to get to 10,000 per month. So let's put in 10,000 here, and I'm averaging 100 views per pin. Then the pins I would need is around 100 a month. But you can see here how Pinterest actually compounds, because a lot of times what's going to happen is once you post in month 1, those will continue to get views in month 2 and month 3. So every time you're posting, you're just growing your account month by month. And you can kind of gives you an idea on month 12 what you may be if you continue at that pace. Of course, this number is like just a projection, and a lot of things will change month to month. And hopefully you'll continue to optimize your pins so that become even better, so that you can update this number more and more, the amount of views that you're getting per pin. But something that I like to look at just to kind of give projection. Okay, so now that we have a baseline of how many times we're going to need to pin in order to get the certain amount of impressions that we want, let's talk about how we can improve this number right here, our average views per pin. And I actually want to take you directly back into my Pinterest analytics account to give you kind of some examples here on what I would do and 3 simple things to optimize towards. So the first thing I want you to be thinking about is the title of your pin. It is very important. It's how you get discovered in the search algorithm. It's part of one of the ways that you inform the user on what your pin is about. And so here you can see my top pin. It's not a crazy creative title. It's just one that I found in a trend, and I rode the trend a little bit. So if you want to learn more about trends, by the way, I have a video on that. You can check out right here. Trends are really important as well, but once you've found the things that you want to create, this is important, is the title. So here I just have DIY giant nutcracker. And the great thing about this, so this is the last 30 days, you can see here, this thing has brought in 500,000 total impressions, which is kind of crazy. And the craziest part, as I mentioned, the beauty about Pinterest is something that you post even here, in this case, this is almost 2 years old and it's still getting that amount of impressions. So it's important to optimize your title so that they're searchable. So what's happening here is people are typing in DIY giant nutcracker and they're showing up for that. So it's very important to have those titles locked in and try different titles. You can see see here on this one, these are similar content, some of these ones, these electric fireplaces, but I've just tried different titles inside of there. So something to keep in mind with that. The second thing is design. Always think about when you're designing your pins, how you can differentiate yourself from everybody else that's seeing a pin inside of Pinterest. When somebody searches for something inside of Pinterest, chances are there are, 10 or 20 different images there. What can make your image stand out? The reason why this one's doing so well is because it's a big giant nutcracker that's like, well, okay, what's going on? And then I put the title in there, DIY 6-foot nutcracker. So people know that it's a big nutcracker that they can learn how to build themselves. So always be thinking about how you can differentiate yourself from the competition and have a pin that just like makes people go, whoa, what is going on there? And the third thing is just consistency. I know that when you're looking at this, you can kind of think and look like, oh man, it's going to take almost, 1,200 pins to get to this amount. But trust me, as you continue to post, you will get better and you will start to understand what your audience actually likes. And then you can start having pins that are driving, like 500,000 impressions or 50,000 impressions. And then all of a sudden getting to 1 million or whatever your goal is becomes pretty easy as long as the content is doing all the heavy lifting. And then the last step that I would say is that you want to be reviewing your analytics often. And here's what I mean is you can see I'm in analytics here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be coming to this view right here. I'm going to be looking at last 30 days, all pins, and I'm going to be looking at top pins by impressions. I'm going to sort this by the exact view that I have here. And I'm going to start taking note of my top 5. And I'm going to be like, okay, why is that one a top performing pin? What can I do? Can I create more content around those? What else can I do that is related to that content? Because clearly it's working well. And another thing that I like to do that I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it makes sense, is that whenever something is getting saved a ton, oftentimes that means that it's going to start getting more and more impressions as well. It makes sense because Pinterest wants people to go in and actually interact with the platform, save things to their boards and things like that. So I will often come in here and I will sort this by saves, and I'll do the same thing if there's any discrepancies there between the impressions and views, and I'll start creating more content that is getting saves. So we just went over a lot there, and hopefully you found some value in that. Now, this is just scratching the surface on the actual strategy. So if you want to learn more about how to take your Pinterest account to the next level, be sure to check out this video right here or right here, and we'll see you in the next video.